Welcome back to AM Beaver County, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. Matt Drzik filling in for Al Gehring, and I think it's safe to say that the sun is up well before me this morning. Again, coming in off a long weekend, and it's just been one of those kinds of periods of time where you're just like, wow. You just come back to reality like as quick as you left it, and it's a crazy thing. I mean, anytime you go on vacation, you have to come back from it. You have to catch your bearings a little bit. You have to get in there and try your hardest, no matter what the circumstances are. Whether you have to get up incredibly early and there's a lot of pressure on you, and you have to and it's not the easiest thing in the world, but something like this, coming in and talking to you guys this morning, it's a privilege, for one thing. I mean, to get to do this every once in a while Al takes a vacation and takes the good weather with him. I genuinely appreciate it. And I genuinely appreciate it if you guys called in at 724-843-1888 and 724-846-4124 to talk about what's on your mind with the Penguins playing tonight, Pirates playing tonight, primary elections going on tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, maybe I'm the only one that's out of it right now, but I feel like with things setting up to be a Trump-Clinton election coming up, I feel like I should be invested in the future of our country, but at the same time, the two that are left are possibly two of the most hated candidates, and yet somehow they are the two that have taken the reins of both sides. We all know about Trump. There's no reason to talk about, where he stands anymore, although he's going to say things that are just going to make you scratch your head. So is Hillary. And then they're going to say some things that you kind of agree with. And that's okay. I mean, not every apple on the tree is bad, and even a broken clock is right twice. But the problem I have with most elections nowadays, at least the national election for president, I mean, and it's not against saying that being president is wrong or being the head of the government is wrong, but here's my problem. Barack Obama was inaugurated for his second term of office in January of 2013. And I'm pretty sure that the election campaigns for this election now, if they didn't start before that, started right after. This has been dragging on for 4 consecutive years. And for one thing, I feel it's a complete disrespect to Barack Obama. I really do. And I know why. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's a Democrat. Although for some corporations it might be. No, here's the reason. The way things are now with society in America, the idea of what's hip and what's new is it's at a faster pace than it's ever been before. It really is. I mean, not only are things hip and new at an alarming rate, I mean, you want to talk about flashes in the pan. I mean, the quickness of that flash is getting shorter and shorter. It's probably down about thousandths of a second in terms of fame. Andy Warhol once said, everyone on the world is going to be famous for at least 15 minutes. Well, you know what? 15 minutes compared to the rest of your life, it's about a thousandth of a second, if not less. And that's how much, that's how, and not only that, but with social media being what it is, and I'll say it, use social media a lot. I use Facebook a lot. I'll admit that. But the problem is, you're now having people who are getting not only, on the train of what's trending, you're getting people hired to trend things for a certain company. Let's say I was the head of social media development over at, PNC. Just throwing a name out there. and I wanted our new banking feature. Let's say you could finally do transactions with your card on your phone. You don't even have to take a picture of it and send it to the company. You can just swipe your card through your phone and boom, you're done. Well, that would be new technology. I would want anyone and everyone who was with PNC and those who I wanted to convert over to PNC to be on board with that. And so I would hire people to say, okay, if you can, when you can, put out a status on either your own account or your friend's account or the PNC account on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or wherever and say, hey, we have this new feature where you can swipe your card across your phone and do all your transactions from your phone without having to stop at the ATM, and then hashtag PNC new invention, let's just say. Well, you get 100 people to do that, and then you get about another, and each of those gets about 10,000 or 1,000 people seeing that, and they, put out the hashtag. All of a sudden, it's trending like that. No time to stop, no time to rest. It's already trending out there. People know about it, and people are getting paid to put that out there. Is there anything wrong with that? On the surface, no. But I feel that if you dig deeper, with that kind of power to influence people and the power that we as the people have given them to influence us, it could cause a lot of problems. And I feel it has in terms of the election and just general context of society. Because if a bunch of people decide they want to talk about something, now all of a sudden everybody's talking about it because somebody on Facebook said, oh, top trend today, what color is this dress? Or what was that dancing shark doing during the halftime of the Super Bowl? Or, what did this person really say? Or why did Ted Cruz punch his wife in the face accidentally? Something like that. And that is true, by the way. I'm not, making a harsh statement about Ted Cruz. He actually accidentally punched his wife in the face, and I feel bad for both of them. Because you don't want to do that in public. But my point is this. If you hire people to make things popular, then all of a sudden you're dictating what goes out to the masses. And that's cool and all, except a lot of what comes out is either biased or unimportant. In my eyes, it's either biased or unimportant. It may be biased towards a certain party or a certain organization, or it might be biased towards a certain topic. Like you might see more things about politics over the course of the week than you will about, the war over in the Middle East or any attacks that happened over there. You may see more in a week about, what LeBron said on his Twitter account than what happened on the NHL or MLB scoreboards over the course of a week. You may see what more about a celebrity that, records pot with a backtrack than any musician working and grinding through actual instruments and carrying them around to local bars in the area. And you know why? Because not only are people out there following that, but they're following people who are paid to say that to you. And that is how things become the mass media. And if we actually did important things with that, we could be much more advanced than we are now. But we don't. Because that's not where the money is. The money isn't in the solution. The money is in the distraction towards a solution. That's what it is. And it's not just media. It's everywhere. It's in medicine. It's in politics. It's everywhere. But it's definitely a main source of media. The money is not in the solution. The money is in the distraction that will block you and delay you from the solution. It's that simple. Now, if you want to disagree with me, 724-843